Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching and Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channels. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you who are seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about a basic idea of kind of going forward here and ultimately kind of seeing things come forward in a really good way. We see Derek Young and Titus O'Neil. O'Neil manages to. Derek Young, Titus O'Neil are here. Alex Riley and Percy Watson are their tag team opponents. We've seen this match once before. The turn by O'Neil several months ago is the main impetus behind this. Young manages to get clotheslined almost out of his boots by O'Reilly. O'Reilly, a guy who they've taken to the main roster, never really got his full-on due, but manages to do pretty well here. Hard kicks by Darren Young. Young takes O'Reilly up, tries to get a quick victory here. Does not get the victory in the way that he wants it, but manages to stay in control, including backbreakers and basic stuff here. Attempted pinfall, doesn't get the pin, and O'Reilly, who takes the majority of the match from a punishment standpoint, until finally getting a hot tag about 8.5 minutes into the program with his adversary. But then Percy Watson comes in and gets a few near falls, but replay is needed as the Gutbuster by O'Neil manages to get the victory for the heels, and there we go. Derek Bateman, who continues his issues as it relates to everything. There's a highlight package of the romance, both between Caitlyn and, or the budding romance between Caitlyn and friends, and the ladies end up fighting, Maxine and Caitlyn fighting over Bateman. There's some wonder there, and the idea is the inference is made, but it's not worded this way, that there is an abusive relationship existing between Maxine and Bateman, where Bateman is the abuser. Tyson Kidd flirting with Natalia Neidhart, who's new to the company, which is just amazing to me that she's been around for 10 years at this point, and good gosh, what a complete and utter just she's well past being truly useful on that brand. Anyway, finally, we get to Michael McGillicuddy and friend, well, not friend in this scenario, but Tyson Kidd, T.J. Wilson. Obvious differences. McGillicuddy has been on the main roster the majority of this time. He takes a more slow, plodding approach to his matchup, whereas Kidd manages to try to get the speed thing going. Doesn't exactly get what he wants out of it, but gets enough, and ultimately is able to break free of arm bars, arm locks, and basics. They go to the top rope. Attempted superplex does not come together in the way that Michael McGillicuddy wants. Instead, top rope maneuver by his adversary here, and ultimately we get more of a run in that vein. Curtis Axel eventually does take the man down, and just barely Tyson Kidd almost gets a victory. Manages to hook in the or get kicked in the face, though, and eventually Michael McGillicuddy hits that spinning back neck breaker, gets a victory over Tyson Kidd. Kidd and McGillicuddy will feud over the next several weeks. More highlights from Raw, and then more issues as it relates to William Regal being made the new matchmaker, Matt Striker still hasn't fully stepped back from the role, but has stepped back a little less than he has been. Regal comes out and mocks the team of Hawkins and Rex, basically going to put them in their place. Caitlyn comes out, and Caitlyn and Maxine were brawling earlier today. Caitlyn and Maxine have a match, unfortunately, and I say unfortunately only because both of them have fallen from their earlier times on NXT. Derek Bateman out there, kind of not sure who to really cheer for. Anyway, Maxine kind of holds on to Caitlyn a little bit, and Caitlyn ends up getting the majority of offense. Anyway, Johnny Curtis is upset with things, and ultimately Maxine wants to be out of NXT, and she's flirting with Regal to make it happen, but it hasn't happened yet and continues to be a problem going forward for the next several months. Anyway, we'll be back with more right after this.